Ooh, Dominic, let's go. What's going on, man? I'm about to go ahead and play some of the Backrooms videos. First, I'm gonna wait for some people to come in. What's going on, man? How's it going? Vicky, let's go! Finally! Oh, one of the dogs headbutt me right in the middle of the nose. You can see a little dot right there. So how's everybody doing? Good but sleepy. Okay. Well, I hope you get some rest soon, man. Both of you just woke up? You've been studying? Okay. Yeah. So I bet that gets you tired. Kinda doing what. Okay. So, well, I have a really, really important test tomorrow. So I'm gonna go to sleep. So I will sleep in class. Peace out. See ya. Take care. And so I'm waiting more people to come in so we can start playing the Backrooms. Right now I'm doing a high difficulty. Only like 86% of people. So I'm hoping I'm one of them. Man, but I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to go. Okay. No. I didn't mean to click on that. Okay. Oh, look at this. Nope. It's blocked. What about... Nope, that's blocked. Blocked. This is blocked. Man, there's nowhere to go. What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, bye, Foster. I have a tomorrow. I won't miss it too. So peace. Sorry I couldn't be on your channel. And my grandma died. Oh no. I'm so sorry, Dominic. It's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go get some rest, okay? And I hope you pass your state test. Yeah, Vicky, it's definitely it's so good to see you. Like, oh, here we go. You always you never get a chance to see my live streams because I'm always gone. I mean, I always live stream late. Okay. Bye, Dominic. Yeah, it's so horrible that it's a terrible loss. You know, I hope she had a good life. Mm. Yeah, definitely a sad day. It's okay, guys. Absolutely, Dominic. You have my support, and you have Vicky's support. We're both supporting you. Yeah, yeah. Might be a little personal, but yeah, my mother. My mother also passed away from cancer. It's a horrible disease. No, really, it's okay. Pray that she come back. I don't think so. No, I don't think anybody comes back. I wish. I wish. It's Vicky. That happened like when I was like 13 years old. A very long time ago. I'm gonna go to sleep. I have an important test tomorrow. Good luck on your test, Dominic. I wish you nothing but the best. I did promise to play the Backrooms, but I'm gonna go ahead and wait. If not, we'll just go and watch it by ourselves. But I also want to beat this game right here because it's been gnawing at me. Only. There's supposed to be a count. Let's see the count. Mm. Sorry for your loss. That yeah, what it's so horrible. I'm so sorry, Vicky. I'm sorry about your loss. Hey, John. Well, welcome to the chat. John. How you doing? Man, I already said that. Absolutely, Vicky. Absolutely. Man. What a terrible illness, right? It was horrible, just watching wither away. At some point, I was just happy she was gone because she was so. I remember at some point she lost so much weight, like so much weight. Like her skin looked like her body looked like a yellow blanket draped over her bones. You know, it was just a terrible sight. So in a way, I was kind of relieved when she finally passed away. So at least she was done suffering. Like that's no way of living. That is, it's absolutely awful. I agree with you. Absolutely awful. Uncalled for. You know. No, we haven't heard from Avery in a good while. No, the last time I heard from her, she was going to karate. That's it. And I don't think she has been live streaming lately. I don't know what happened to her. I haven't checked. I don't know if any of you have checked on her, but I haven't. I feel like I should. I should go and check on her status, make sure she's okay. It is a little strange that out of nowhere she just kind of stopped streaming. Nobody does that. Just like, well, maybe they do, but it's just so rare. She was so enthusiastic about live streaming, and just to for her to just one day stop, it's a little concerning. Yeah, not once has she live streamed as of like at least not this month. I mean, maybe she's busy, but I just don't know. But yeah, the last time she mentioned, you know, she was going to karate or she was going to like a karate tournament or something, and then that's it. That was it. That was the last time I heard anything. So if you guys hear anything, just let me know because I do get a little concerned. Good, good. That's great. That's great. I know you've been busy taking care of your mother. How's so she's getting better? Okay. All right. That's great. No, that's awesome, Vicky. I know you've been working hard, you know, to get her to get healthy. So that's great news. Outstanding news. still have to help her. Oh, okay. Well, that's beautiful. Still, just making a recovery, and the most important part of this is that you are there. You are there to help her. That should be the point of all this. Just when she needs you the most, you are there. Oh, she uses her walker now. Yeah, no, but I know there's people that pretty much abandon their parents when their parents, you know. So I think it's wonderful that you're there. It's wonderful. Oh, you got it, Vicky. I'm really happy for you. It's a this wonderful character. Your character really shows. Hold on, guys. Somebody's stomping around outside. Let me go check. So, so, sorry, me too, Vicky. I'm really happy that you are there. It's not easy, right? It's never, but somebody's gonna do it. Well, that was it. Oh, what was it? It was Wishbone. It was actually Wishbone outside. So he's back in the house. My goodness, this takes forever. Silly Wishbone. Yeah, he's such a silly goose outside hanging out. Yeah. I can feel it, and I'm almost done here. Come on. I think I can pass. Oh, all the pets are doing great, actually. I'm really, really happy about their progress they've been doing. And Wishbone's getting huge. He's almost as big as Domino. I figure if he keeps growing, he's not gonna get adopted. Nice. I get times 10 little houses and 3 stars. Okay. Level 24. Alright, enough of this. Where's... Give me a second. Where is... I guess if you'll give me just 1 second, I gotta bring up. Oh, this is frozen. There we go. Put it into it for now. Oh, what am I doing here now? How do I go home? Okay, that's enough of that. What is this called? The First 13 Days by Brookie. Okay, so the first 13.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a huge video on the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the first 12 levels of the Backrooms in one of the biggest videos on the channel. Back in December when I did Broogmas, I did a video every day about the first 12 levels. So day 1 was level 0, day 2 was level 1, and so on and so forth. And since then, I've had a ton of people asking me to compile those explanations into one huge video, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Hopefully you enjoy this huge video. This is the longest video on the channel. And yeah, thank you so much for your supports. The road to 100K is on, and I'll see you at the end of the video.
Okay, so
level 0, aka the tutorial zone in the back.
So this is the actual purpose of the video of what I initially intended. Oh, we have 2 time and oh man, 2 times in the okay, see you when you get back, Vicky. All right, so guys, this is the real deal. This is why we're here. So the Backrooms comes on or will be released. What is this? It's the 7th. So May 29 is the release of the Backrooms. So I just want to go ahead and do a quick walkthrough and kind of like, I guess, kind of go through the lore last time before the movie comes out.
Backrooms. It's classified as a class 1, so it's safe and secure and has a minimal entity count, even though there are no known entities here. This level is the one that most people no clip into.
Hold on, one of my dogs is growling. Oh my God. Man, that's crazy. Okay, so let's get started. This is level 0 for the Backrooms explained.
As soon as they land in the Backrooms. You all know what the level looks like, and you probably heard it a million times, but it's Bergmas, and I'm gonna say it all again. Level 0 is a network of rooms that all have this famous Backrooms wallpaper. You know what it is? It's that yellow, dingy looking thing. It's nasty, really. The carpet here is damp, and it smells like it too. And there's this dingy fluorescent lighting all over that's flickering in some places, and it's also emitting this buzzing noise from the lights. The buzzing noise would already drive me to insanity. The buzzing on this level is much louder than normal fluorescent lights from real life, and it's unknown why it's so loud. It's almost like it's being loud just to be annoying. I mentioned it, but the carpet here is moist, and it's also unknown what liquid is making it moist. But what is known is that it's not safe to drink.
Welcome back, Vicky. Okay, so this is interesting because it's going like deep into the lore and even giving us detailed descriptions of everything. So this is a very interesting take on the Backrooms.
Obviously, who's gonna be drinking carpet juice, bro? What? An important about level 0 is that the space there is non-linear. Walk in a quote-unquote straight line and end up right back where you started. And if you try to go back the way you came, you could end up in a completely different set of rooms. So this makes the level quite disorienting and confusing, especially since the people that are here just landed in, and couple that with the fact that compasses and GPSs don't work, and you've got a recipe for disaster. Also, radio communications are really disoriented and scrambled, so it makes it pointless to even try to connect with radio. Some people consider level 0 as the scariest.
This is so interesting because in the previews for the movie, the guy goes in and he draws a map of the back, and it's a very detailed map that he wrote. Now, that's interesting because considering that time and space, I wonder what he actually drew on the map.
Level in the Backrooms because of the initial shock factor you get from being completely
Let's see if I can get Zinx in here.
In a literal alternate dimension. Even though there's no entities here, it's still one of the most terrifying. An interesting fact is that even though level 0 is the main way to enter the Backrooms, there's never been any reports of wanderers interacting with each other in this level. And there's also been no corpses ever found here, but it's assumed that there's a ton of them because there's no way every single person lives from this level. So let's say a group of people attempts to enter level 0 from a different level. If they do, they'll be split up and they won't even be able to meet back up until they leave the level. So it's literally like the level puts you in solitary confinement on purpose. Obviously, this solitude and the weird non-linear structure makes people's minds play tricks on them. It's a given that hallucinations are common on this level, specifically the hallucination of doors or stairs or hearing humans talking, or you can hallucinate random movement in the corner of your eyes and your peripheral vision. And sometimes the humming of the lights can be so loud you can hallucinate going deaf, or you can just hear random insects chittering. And yeah, couple all those hallucinations with being completely alone and isolated in a random space that seems endless, and you might go crazy. Like I said earlier, there are no known entities here, and you can't even run into another wanderer. So if you think you hear something, you don't. You're just going crazy. To enter level 0.
That's another for me that's a point of contention because apparently there's one of the part of the lore is that, oh heck yeah, look at Zinx, let's go Zinx. Part of the lore is that hundreds of people went missing as they fell into the into the back rooms. So to me that's kind of a point of contention.
Zero, you got to no clip from the reality of Earth. Simple as that. To exit level 0, there are a few more ways. The main way is you can learn to no clip through a wall or floor by practicing yourself. And this will put you on the next level, which is level 1. But there's also a slight chance that if you walk far enough in any direction, that you'll end up in a place called the Manila Room, which is a medium-sized square room that appears to have literally no relationship with the other levels. It seems completely random. This room has small wooden chairs inside, and it gives off just a weird vibe. But something good about the Manila Room is that wanderers can meet up here and they can actually see each other. Unlike in the main documents from Meg that are available in the Manila Room that people can read up on, and it'll tell them how to survive the back rooms and how to travel from level to level.
Meg? What is Meg? Hold on, guys. Let me do a quick scientific research on Meg. The MEG back. MEG. Major Explorer Group. It's an exploration group. That's weird.
And most importantly, the papers will teach you how to no clip. Thanks, Meg.
Thanks, Meg.
So the explanation I just gave is for the new version of level 0 from the Wikidot. The first version of level 0 anymore, obviously, because it was archived. There are several key differences in the official version that we have now and the archive version, so I thought I'd go over some of the differences here. In the official version, there are just an infinite labyrinth of yellow rooms everywhere, with an endless length of hallways and segments, stuff like that. But in the archives version, there was a little bit more to it. Like there were electrical outlets on the wall and there were surveillance cameras on the ceiling. And instead of it only being yellow walls, there were occasional red rooms that you could walk in and occasional pitch black hallways you could walk in as well. But other than that, they were pretty much the same. They still had the flickering lights, the moist carpet, and the mostly yellow walls. The archive version also had several outposts and entities that are not in the official version, because if you remember what I just said a couple minutes ago, level 0 now has no entities and no outposts. And these outposts and entities are now moved to level 1, which is a pretty good change in my opinion. I think it makes it creepier, which you'll see those outposts in tomorrow's video, which will be on level 1. Ha! A cliffhanger. Get destroyed.
Oh, the guy.
Level 1 of the Backrooms is considered a class 1 area because of these reasons that I always say, so I'm just going to show you. The level looks like a huge warehouse that has concrete floors and walls, and there's even like exposed rebar everywhere. Additionally, there's some fog that hangs really low to the ground on this level, and it comes from an unknown source. Nice. So the fog causes condensation to happen, which makes these puddles form on the ground. So unlike level 0, this level has a constant supply of water that you can actually drink, and electricity that doesn't make a humming noise. This makes level 1 a welcome sight for weary travelers. This level can get really expansive though. It's got staircases and elevators and secluded rooms and winding hallways all throughout, so try your best not to get lost. This level produces random crates with supplies that seem to appear and disappear at random. These crates can contain food, water, and sometimes they even have batteries, tarps, clothes, medical equipment, and weaponry. Nice. But sometimes the boxes have really dumb stuff, like random car parts or boxes of crayons, or even live mice. What? Some crates also have loose change or human hair. So that's
is
nice,
this a game?
I guess. These crates should be approached with caution since what's inside of them is random, but you definitely should approach them just in case there's good stuff, obviously. A weird quirk about this level is that there are strange, crude drawings and paintings of an unknown origin that appear on the walls and floors of the level. They sometimes change how they look, but also disappear when you're not looking at them. Just like level 0, sometimes level 1 can experience light flickering. When this happens, supplies often vanish when the lights flash off, and entities also spawn then. These creatures tend to avoid areas with lights, so just hang around in the bright spots, and you should be good. Also, since the objects disappear randomly, it's been found that if you actually hold on to the objects, then they don't disappear. They seem to only disappear when they're just laying by themselves. An area called the Hub is also located on level 1. It's a long tunnel that has doors to different levels on it. Most of the time there are wanderers here, and it's actually a pretty popular area. Level 1 is home to the first main Meg base, which if you remember from my level 0 explain video,
You know, I really like that they branched out. You know, rather than just keep it at a mall style or furniture store style um, scenery or setting, they switched to underground tunnels. What appears to be a garage, you know, nothing but concrete. Oh, it looks like what I don't know what's the date on this right here. 4 years ago. Okay, for real. To be honest, I love the wiki version of the film. Yeah, um, I think the film is Kane Pixels' version of it. You know what he took, and he as his own rendition. You know, I don't think he's claiming to have the what's the word I'm looking for. I don't think Kane Pixels claims to have the definitive version of the Backrooms. I think he talks about it as this is my version.
Used to be in the archived version of level 0, but it got moved to level 1. I think it's for the better. The base is named base.
I mean, I think a lot of people will be upset if he claims it. You know, if he tries to claim the IP, because honestly, it kind of belongs to everybody. Before we get there, my all-time favorite level is the pool rooms, which Kane probably likes too, because in his version, he area. Oh yeah, an indoor pool. That's so cool, right? Yeah. I saw a
Base alpha, and it houses about
I saw what do you call it? An Instagram reel of a guy in the pool level, and there's like hundreds of slip and slides and toboggans. You know, it's really really fun.
half of all of the Meg teams. They also take Wanderers in as well. The base is located near an entrance to the level and is heavily guarded in order to ward off creatures, obviously. The next outpost is called the BNTG's Trader's Keep. The BNTG stands for Backrooms National Trade Group, which I've already made a video about them and Meg, so links below if you want to check that out. The place is called Trader's Keep, and it's a city-like complex that has a semi-normal social infrastructure. There are about 415 people who live here constantly, and they keep a friendly relationship with Meg. And this place is one of the main supply hubs for wanderers in the entire Backrooms. And it's a nice place to take refuge and experience some sort of normalcy. It's located in the storage hall section of level 1. The last outpost or place is called Tom's Diner. Again, if you remember my level 0 explained video from yesterday, Tom's Diner used to be on level 0. Now it's here.
Wait, if time and space are not linear, how are these people building communities and societies within level 1? That don't. And the fan videos of these different levels are top notch.
The diner is run by Tom, obviously, who was a chef in real life before he no-clipped into the Backrooms. He has plenty of food in storage, and he gets supplies from the BNTG every few months so he can stay.
But yeah, I bet I haven't seen any of the fan versions, but I guarantee you, maybe time is stuck. Maybe in level 1, right? Maybe in it's more linear. Maybe what they mean, but by not linear, it's that there's no congruence between level 1 and level 2, but there is continuity within level 1, alone, and then continuity in level 2, level 3, so on and so forth.
Stay stocked. Tom's Diner is a common place for social activities and a pretty fun time overall, and a lot of people use this area as like a rendezvous point. It's strangely wholesome, bro. Not even gonna lie. There are a ton of ways to enter level 1, but the most obvious one is to come from level 0 by no clipping. But if you're not a level 0, you could climb a tree on level 11.1, or you could complete the King's Trial on level, or sometimes there's just doors labeled level 1 scattered throughout the Backrooms. You can walk through one of those doors and you'll end up here.
94.
Level 2 is the third level of the Backrooms, and it's classified as a class 2 survival difficulty because it's pretty unsafe, honestly. And this is the last of the levels that you could be sent to when you first enter the Backrooms. The majority of the people land.
Maybe time is stuck. But then again, the claim that it is Santa got younger.
And in level 0, and some land in level 1. In some
Yeah.
rare cases,
And
you
these
can
levels
land
have
in level 2.
entrances and exits
And if you
on other
do,
levels.
your luck is terrible. Like, you have the worst luck ever. Level
Yeah, but the idea that you can clip within the back rooms, you can no clip within the back rooms. I feel like that would obstruct your travels between levels.
layout is pretty much an infinite labyrinth of low-light, concrete maintenance tunnels that go on for hundreds of thousands of miles. The walls in the hallway are all lined with pipes, and sometimes there are even air ducts in the ceiling and on the walls. And these air
They
ducts
keep all
typically
the
have a thick
infrastructure,
black
the
liquid that comes out of them,
utilities.
and it's unknown what this is. Scattered around these halls are random doors, and they're all over the place. Some of the doors are locked, and some of them are open, but the ones that are open mostly lead nowhere, except
the
sometimes
corrupted
there's a rare
levels.
exit. We'll talk about that later. These rooms that dead end normally have shelves with seemingly random objects on them, ranging from pieces of scrap metal to...
This would be the funnest version of Dungeons and Dragons, right? If you did like a Dungeons and Dragons version of the back, would be a little convoluted.
computers, which is weird. The hallways in this level are normally a pretty comfortable temperature until you get to some of the segments where it can get up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius. These hot areas are also where
Santa
machine
Claus got
noises avoid them.
D&D, I
The
came back
entities
to
located
exist.
on this level are honestly some of the worst ones possible.
Welcome
Crawlers
back to
crawl through
time.
the air vents, smilers hide in the shadows. There's also child face.
But yeah, if I knew, there's a Warhammer 40,000 group. They hang out over at the coffee shop in downtown. I go and I just watch, but I heard sometimes they host D&D.
Facelings, clumps, hounds, death moths, skin stealers, and this guy. These creatures lurk in the hallways constantly, so it's probably best to just avoid them at all costs. Interestingly enough, there are a couple bases and outposts here, and the first one is called the Survivors, which consists of about 29 people who literally just explore this level. It's kind of lame, but whatever. The leader of this ragtag group is named Austin, and they're pretty friendly and they're willing to trade with wanderers, so I guess that's nice. This group was actually the first group ever to discover what wretches were, so thank you, I guess. The next
Wretches. Hold on, guys. We got to do a little bit of research and stay up to date. Guys, can you believe it? We have 3, 9, 12 more days before the movie comes out. I'm so excited to go watch the Backrooms, and I already decided I'm going to the movies wearing my hazmat suit. For real. Oh yes, dude. I'm stoked. I'm ready. I'm ready to go watch the movie. No more updates, no more previews. Santa is a lot early. This was during Christmas. That's what I get. Okay, wretches. The Backrooms. The wretches. Oh, it's just ugly creatures. Wretches, like entities, often described as eating dead or zombie-like, acting undead or zombie-like. Once human, these entities were poorly understood processes. So they're kind of like the wretches are mutants, I think.
next outpost is called Office Space EL3A.
If you go,
Give or take a few.
if you
There's
go
no information on what goes
to
on
the
there.
movie,
Assume Backrooms trading happens.
See you when you get
Since that's
back,
the name of
Vicky.
the BNTG. I don't know.
If you go
To enter
dressed
level
up
2, you can
to the
wander
movies,
around
make
level
sure you call
1 until you find the
advance.
entrance, or you can
Because if you
access it
show
from the
up in a
hub,
hazmat
which is
suit,
that huge tunnel from level 1 I talked
they
about.
might
And like I said
pick
earlier,
you up,
level
you
2
know?
can be accessed directly from reality, but it would definitely be the worst one out of the first 3 levels to land in, but it still might happen. To exit level 2, you can go through an unlocked door, and it might lead somewhere to the next level, or sometimes back to level 1 even. The most common exit is this huge multicolored door that's somewhere on the level, and that leads to level 283. And if some reason you want to go to a sub-level, which is level 2.1, you can just no-clip through the floor or the wall in one of those extremely hot areas I was talking about, and it'll just stick you in the sub-level. I don't think I would do that, but whatever you want, man. So
yeah, but make sure that if you go to the movies and you're dressed up in hazardous suits, call the movies first. No, hey, guys, I'm coming in, I'm wearing a hazmat suit, don't freak out.
to summarize, level 2 is a huge maintenance tunnels with pipes on the walls and random locked or unlocked doors everywhere. There are a ton of dangerous entities here, and it can get really hot in some of the halls. This level to me is like the first real experience with entities you get, so be warned. Level 3 of the Backrooms is classified as Class 4 safe and unsecure, and it has a medium entity count. This is actually the first real test for people who are new to the Backrooms. Level 2 was kind of a warm-up level for this one, because level 3 consists of a ton of looping dark hallways that behave kind of like the ones from level 0, but not to the full extent. Each of the hallways juts off into random segmented rooms, and there's no pattern to this level whatsoever. It's all random. On top of the randomness of the there's also extremely loud machinery noises that echo through the halls.
How much more random does it get?
And personally, it would drive me insane. The hallways themselves are really skinny and short, and really, really skinny in some places, and sometimes people have to crawl through them. And if you're tall, you have to bend over like the entire time. But good thing I'm 5'10". The walls are made of dusty bricks, and there's copper pipes that run along them, and the floor is made of a hard gray tile. The ceilings are made out of metal, which makes the echo way worse. Interestingly, this level is actually one of the...
So just out of nowhere, they decided to make the level with low ceilings. That's great. You know, when I'm in low ceiling areas, it's embarrassing, but I do hit myself on the head a lot. I bump myself in the head. It's embarrassing.
Its estimated size is around 300, which is massive. This means it's really unlikely to run into any wanderers here, so it's recommended that when you come here, you be prepared to fight entities alone, since you'll probably not meet any help. Something that makes this level unique is that sometimes there's these prisons cut off entire sections of hallways. Meg has tried to break past these further, but they literally cannot break it. They've also tried to break the walls down that are around the bars, but they can't break those either. Areas with these prison bars have been recorded as the creepiest places in the entire... Wanderers say that there's a heightened sense of fear when you're around them. Some have even said that they get extreme discomfort by just approaching them. Most people get the feeling that they're being watched when they're near these prison bars, and some have claimed to see an unknown figure lurking behind the bars. Creepy. Just like yesterday's level, which is level 2, this level's halls have a black sludge liquid that flows through the pipes. This sludge is really toxic, and it can literally cause damage to your brain if you even breathe it in, and if you touch it, you'll get third-degree burns. So how about we just avoid the black sludge, huh? Meg still has no idea what the sludge is or why it flows through the pipes, so nice. Every once in a while on this level,
it's interesting that they call it Meg and not, what do you call the other one? Async. But I think async is only in a Kane Pixels version.
There's a room with a single generator inside, as well as random electronics like computers or loose wire. Security monitors here too. The rooms are rare though, and no one knows why they exist. As I said earlier, this level's pretty dangerous, but it's also really rewarding at the same time. The level has loads of almond water, false outlets, fire salts, royal rations, squirt guns, and many other resources too. There are tools and weapons like knives, lighters, and bolt cutters, and flashlights that are...
So apparently there's other fan-made short films for the Backroom. I think Kane Pixels film crew and the whole team, they patented or trademarked the Backrooms. So officially the Backrooms is trademarked. Oh, I'm okay, Vicky. Welcome back. But yeah, the Backrooms is officially trademarked. So if you're gonna make any, you need to change all the and all the other acronyms.
Level 3 is also a level with the strongest Wi-Fi rooms, so you can get stocked up on food, weapons, and Wi-Fi. Sounds like a pretty nice level to me. As you can expect, all the machinery and these small enclosed spaces make this level pretty warm, but it's still bearable. The temperature ranges from 66 degrees to 93 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18 degrees to 33 degrees Celsius for most of the level. But in some segments, temperatures of over 135 degrees have been recorded. So just avoid those. The machines on this level are their own, but they're also really dangerous sometimes because they'll just blow up and pieces of them will fly off and hit you. If you see one making too much noise, just don't go near it. Level 3 has tons of dangerous entities and creatures.
There's a lot of trivial lore. I mean, I guess it's helpful if you go there, if it was physically possible. But a lot of the lore that he's describing is inconsequential.
To fight off loads of them. There's hounds, facelings, wretches, death moths, skin stealers, clumps, and smilers lurking everywhere, specifically in the shadows. Wow. There are also sections infested with crawler fungus and the disease, which are both mold-like entities. The entities on the...
Wait, I thought the internet was angry about, having a main monster. But now there's like 15 of them. The skin stealers and the fungus. Okay. I guess the anger was squelched.
This level behave more aggressive out to attack bases and outposts. Some off, but the big bases don't. Speaking of big bases, the Meg base is located here, and it's the third most important Meg base. There's around 300 people who live here, and they take wanderers and they're open to trade. The base is attacked by entity hordes often, but since it's so big, they can pretty much defend themselves. The next...
Right. That's what I don't get. The Backrooms for a long time has always involved monsters. Yeah. So it makes,
called the B.
Keep it canon. Keep all the monsters canon. Because, I mean, a good story, you cannot tell a good story without a good villain. You need a good villain, a good internal or external conflict. And what better a hideous monster like the wretches or the skin stealers or the bacteria monsters. Even the original picture said, but be careful, you're not alone. That's right. That was written.
TG storage facility. BNTG is Backrooms National Trade Group, for those who don't know. And this center for the BNTG. The outpost will trade with you, but they're known for having insanely high rates. Losers. And there's around 150 people that live here. The third outpost is called the Farm.
I wonder if they... You guys remember Daffy Duck from the Looney Tunes? Where he used to unzip his entire skin and get out of it and put it in the washing machine? Do that to you. Like if they take all your skin off and then wear it.
Followers of Jerry, Blue South. Only 15 members here, and they typically just are here to collect the resources from this level. Jerry's that one bird I talked about a while back. This group is hostile for those who don't listen to what Jerry says, and this...
Foster, I want to apologize for always bothering you about going live, so I'm sorry. No, John, don't apologize. You're always appreciated, brother. It's all good.
Makes them an unpredictable threat. The Masked Maidens might also have a base here, but it's unconfirmed and it's kind of just a rumor that exists.
Maidens?
The last base here is called UEC Base Scylla. UEC stands for Unbound. Has an unknown number of members, and it's just here to collect the resources. And it's said to avoid them at all costs because they're dangerous and unpredictable. To enter level 3, you can go through one of those unlocked...
I knew it. Eventually, if you get enough people no-clipping into the Backrooms, eventually some of them are going to and become bandits, They're going to become kind of like a gang that goes in.
Doors on level 2, or you can take an... also a pretty reliable way to get here. To exit level 3, level 4 or 5, or you can open a random wooden door, which will take you... Nice. So to summarize, level 3 is a huge level of small hallways with brick walls, metal ceilings, and tile floors. There's machinery constantly making noise and a black sludge that flows through the pipes that can literally kill you if you inhale it. There's also a ton of dangerous creatures here, but at the same time, it's kind of worth coming here because of how rich this level is in resources. I rate this level about 7 out of 10 on the Brugly scale because I come here just for all the stuff you can get.
Not bad.
Level 4, aka the Abandoned Office, is classified as a Class 1 survival difficulty and is safe, secure, and has minimal entities. Only 2. This level is mainly known for being the main source of survival classes. Nice. It physically looks like an entire empty office building with stairwells and hallways and stuff like that, and it has pretty much no furniture. There are windows here, but they're mainly blacked out, and the ones that look normal, like there's light coming through them, are window traps. So don't go near them. Like I said earlier, there are only 2 entities that have been seen here, and those are hounds and dullars. But one person did claim they saw smilers here too, due to there not being many entities here, and there's also an abundance of almond water. This means there's tons of people here, pretty much all the time. The almond water is in coolers, vending machines, and water fountains all over the level, and it never seems to run out. How convenient. Another convenient thing about level 4 is that it's very easy to enter and exit, but more on that in a second. Level 4 is considered one of the best places in the entire Backrooms to meet up with other wanderers and to gather supplies, and it's definitely a safe spot to rest. There are several outposts here, but most notably, Meg Base Omega is here, which is the second main Meg base. This base is heavily guarded, and it's located near an exit of this level. The next outpost is called Amor Incrementum. If the name didn't give it away, this group is a cult who worships agriculture. It's one of the smallest documented groups in the Backrooms, as it only has 10 members, and the plants they worship and grow aren't even plants, they're mold. So I don't know what's up with them. The last group here is called...
Wait, now we have cults within the Backrooms. It was only a matter of time, guys. Go near the fake windows, for sure. I wonder what you would see out the windows.
The TBD, or To Be Determined, which is a group of about 6 people who literally just hoard the resources on this level. Hostile. They do trade, but when they trade, it's for really weird objects that don't even do anything, so they're just being weird. To enter this level, you can pick from a variety of ways, but the most common way is no clipping from the hub, or you can take an elevator from level 3. To leave level 4, all you have to do is walk through an office-style stairway. There's tons of them on the level. Or you can take an elevator, and both of those exits will put you on level 5 or 6. Easy enough. So to quickly summarize, level 4 is the home of infinite almond water. Safe to just chill at and meet new people. Yeah, that's literally it. Level 5, aka Terror Hotel, is classified as a Class 2 survival difficulty. It's unsafe and unsecure, and it has a low entity count. And this...
Oh no. Vicky, there's no one to go with? I mean, I'm sure you can always go with somebody. I know. I guess one of the minerals is water to keep you sane. Too young for the crab, but most people will watch it once. Yeah, you can go with an adult 2-time, and I love eating almonds. Abby, welcome. Abby, we're watching the first 13 of the Backrooms.
This level is pretty much an infinite hotel complex with a ton of rooms, and architecture of the level looks like a...
Vicky, would you consider going to the movies by yourself, just for the experience, so we can talk about it all together? You know, we can all have a discussion about the movie. Just think about it.
Hotel that's similar to a hotel building from the mid-1930s. There are 3 parts of this level accessible, and those are the main hall, the Beverly rooms, and the boiler room, but more on those later. The walls all throughout this hotel are covered in decorations from the early 1900s, and there's literally like no dirt and dust at all, which is cool because old stuff tends to get dusty. The level is clean because it seems to be able to clean itself somehow. If a spot does get dirty or dusty, the level will just automatically clean the spot and it'll go back to normal. Nice.
Wow.
The cleanliness of the floors and the pristineness of the decorations causes this level to give off a really weird vibe. The ambient sound on this level is smooth jazz music that's quietly playing from vintage record players, and these record players are hooked up to this extreme...
Oh, you don't drive? How far is the nearest movie theater.
The old speaker system, and there's speakers running down the hallways. And interestingly enough, this music can actually be changed. Like the record can be changed. It's unknown who changes it or how it's changed. It just does it sometimes. Level 5 is actually pretty well known for these weird noises that people hear on the level. Sometimes they hear party chatter, you know, like the ambient sounds of a party happening on the other side of walls, or whispering noises behind them. And people have even claimed that their shoulder has been tapped when they were alone. Sounds like it's haunted to me. The level also has a ton of paintings where the characters' eyes seem to always be looking at you, which is creepy as it is, but the fact that there's so many of them.
I wonder if the level 5 ghosts will like tap one of your shoulders but stand on the other side to kind of like trick you. Funny. I have a friend, Mike, but he doesn't like these kind of movies. Oh man. That's no help. Would he just like kind of like give you a ride maybe and go watch another movie, a different one, while you watch the Backrooms?
Them? Well, that makes it creepier. Now it's time to get into the 3 parts of the level, starting with the main hall. This is the most common area of the level that you can explore. The walls are this fancy looking wallpaper all over them, and the floors range from dark wood floors to red and gold carpet floors. The hallways here have old furniture like shelving and chairs
level
on each
5
side of them. In all hallways, there's these old looking candle holders. Now some of the candles are real, but some of them are actually electric lamps that aren't real. There's no fire, it's just electric. And these lamps make a buzzing.
At least level 5 gives you kind of like a break, you know, from fighting all the monsters and being around all the deadly bacteria. Level 5 just kind of lets you relax a little bit.
Noise, almost exactly like the buzzing noise from level 0, which is weird. The majority of the main hall are empty and locked, but some of the rooms are unlocked, and they end up being bedrooms that are fully furnished, and you can actually...
in real life, Vicky? Dang. Can I cause a fire in level 5? Yes, you yourself. The fire will put itself out. The house will auto-clean. I wonder why there's no people there. I feel like this is where the people would be, right? Level 5, where you get to like kind of like take a break, minus the pesky ghosts and stuff like that. Man, Vicky, I'll be praying for that's pretty creepy.
They rest there. Some of the doors also lock and unlock randomly, so it's not known which ones are unlocked at which times. The main hall also has a bunch of elevators that range from really old designed elevators to really new looking elevators. And you can access a ton of different levels from these elevators, so it's kind of like a miniature hub, if you will. The next part of the level is called the Beverly Rooms, or the Eternal Ballroom. This is exactly how it sounds too. It's just a huge room with a bunch of doors on all sides. There's one table in the very center of the room, and it's got some drinks on it, and an unfinished game of mahjong. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I have no idea what that is. People have tried to finish.
That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of trivial information in here, like the mahjong game. It serves no purpose. It's absolutely inconsequential, but it's included. So
finish this game, but they can't for some reason, and they feel like they're being forced to stay away from it. This area is the and you can access the other parts of the level from this part, because there's like 1,000 doors in this area, and they all lead to the different parts of the level. Some take you to the main hall area, and some take you to the boiler room. Speaking of the boiler room, this is the last area that's easily accessible of level 5. And it's pretty much a big cluttered area with a ton of machinery all over the place. There's these huge pipes that run across the walls and through the air. And this can make the area pretty claustrophobic, actually. Almond water seems to run through these pipes, and it flows at such a high pressure that the pipes burst sometimes and leak. Nice. It's also pretty hot down there with all the machinery, and since it's literally a boiler room, I mean, you'd expect it to be hot, right? And there's steam floating throughout the area constantly. Some wanderers have actually reported whispering from inside the furnaces down here. So that's not creepy at all. Now, there are some reports of a 4th area called the lobby rooms on level 5, but no one knows exactly how to get there, because people who have actually been there say, quote, "You're not supposed to know," end quote, when they're asked where it is. And after just a few weeks of being in this supposed lobby room, The Wanderer loses all memories of it. The only reason the accounts are even written down is because they were quickly reported right after they got sent there. So Meg is currently investigating this room and why it makes you forget its existence, because that's sus. Normal entities are not.
Yeah, the fact that you're not allowed to remember that you were on level 5. I came home from work one time and 2 of my Mercedes were in the floor, and I had not broken at first. I thought my cat did it, but she didn't. There seems to be some paranormal activity in your house, Vicky. I hope it's not the case, and I pray that it was the cat's, but it's a little suspicious.
Common on this level, but death moths are opposed
A
here.
death
The biggest
moth?
one being Meg Base Housekeeper, just here to study the level and to help guide people through it. The next outpost is called the Homely Hotel, and they actually run a
Let's hope it
hotel
was the
service here.
cats.
They're located in the
It's
main hall
for
area,
our mental
and they even have
sanity.
signs that point to where they're at. They have applications that wanderers can fill out if they want to stay in the
No,
hotel
come
rooms,
on, don't.
and they've even got their own food service and room service. What? Nice! The next outpost is called the Originals. This outpost is a group of people that live in one of the Beverly rooms, and only people who entered the Backrooms from the year 1300 to 1940 can be a part of this.
Or the darn gnomes that took my phone. Oh no. We have quite a bit of paranormal.
Group, bunch of old people, bro. They don't let anyone else join. People who live there, and some of them are really famous, actually, like Amelia Earhart. Nice. The last group is called the Lost Hall Society. This outpost was made by an unknown species of an entity, and there's no known information about the entity at all or how many even live there. But they live in areas with libraries, and they're said to have a huge amount of knowledge about the Backrooms, and specifically this level. They also design
Lost
maps
Hall
and books and stuff
Society.
that are extremely helpful to a wanderer. Nice. To enter this level, you can go down an old stairway on level 4, or you can take an elevator.
But what canon is this? Like, whose canon? Is it the collective? Like the whole, like, if you go to all the archive, I'm guessing they all came up with this. I got ghosts in my house. No, 2-time, not the ghosts. I don't mind of my animals. Oh, that's cute.
Level 3. And to exit this level, you can just go back up the stairway from level 4, or re-enter the elevator from level 3, or you can exit by one of those thousands of doors in this level because they can sometimes lead to other places. So to summarize, this level is a huge retro hotel with tons of rooms and segments, and a cult of old famous people who live here, and a species of unknown entity that live here and draw maps. There's a hotel service with all the amenities of a real hotel, and there's a Meg base. Just your typical level. Nice.
All right, guys,
Level
we made it
6
to
is
level
classified
6.
as class pending, so it's got an unknown safety, and the level is completely unsecured. There's also an unknown number of entities, or there might be no entities because no one knows. Pretty much nothing besides the floors and the walls are even known about this level. The level is made up of a bunch of hallways.
I get cat ghosts, people ghosts, and different ghosts of unknown entity that I somehow managed to befriend. Kinda. Now, how did you manage to befriend ghosts? That is the question.
With floors
No,
that are made out of
definitely
brick,
not.
walls that are
Sorry.
made out of metal, and the entire level is 100% completely and utterly dark, and there's literally no way to make it brighter. Flashlights and fire, everything else that can make light doesn't even work here. And since it's so dark, it's unknown how big the level is. It could be
Yeah,
infinite.
I'm
We don't know.
definitely-
It's also
how
impossible
are
to
you-
see
how are you
other
even
wanderers
supposed to
here
make it to
simply
level
because
6?
there's no light, and no matter how open your eyes are, you literally can't see anything without
Yeah.
light. So you could just walk
If you
right
can't
past someone and
walk
not even see
around,
them. There's been
I
some
wonder-
reported
I need night
silers,
vision
but the main
goggles
theory on
because
that
apparently no devices work here. My guess is just get on your hands and knees and feel or touch everything, or walk very slowly. I wonder how you would navigate, the pitch dark. I want to bring a star to level 6. Well, you can't quite work, no lighting works. I guess it's like the negative light, the concept.
Is that they're just hallucinations because people make things up when they're deprived of sight? I don't know. I'd see stuff too if I was completely sensory deprived. Has been known to influence people's grasps on reality. Some people get the symptoms of paranoia and extreme derealization, even though the level is dangerous.
What if you, Zinx, what if you walk or like feel your way around into like the deadly virus, the fungus? That'll be fun. Okay, what flashlight? No, flashlights don't work either, two-time. Nothing works. Not in this level.
They still feel vulnerable and scared. Just the fact that it's so dark makes a person go crazy. Even the best explorers say that this level is one of the most dangerous ones they've explored, and a large portion of the people who go here never come out. Nice. There are no bases here, obviously, and the level can only be entered through the boiler room from level 5, which I covered in yesterday's video. Link below. To exit this level, you have a small deep enough into it and being sent to level 7, or you can just randomly bump into a wall and no clip out of it. And in some really rare scenarios, there's a random door that you could just walk through. So yeah, level 6 is a pitch black level where the lights don't work and you go crazy.
Oh, level 7.
Level 7 of the Backrooms, aka level Thalassophobia, has 4 and is unsafe and unsecure and has a medium entity count.
It's
I wonder if you
dangerous.
guys ever get tired of hearing me say that. You probably do. This level is a very difficult level to get through.
So
and
water
is said
level.
to be a, quote, significant obstacle to the exploration of level 8 and further on. Nice. Not much is known about level 7 and not too many people have even explored it. But what is known is that the level is made up of 2 distinct areas. The first area is called the entrance area, and the second area is called the main area. Really creative names there. The main area is pretty much a huge expanse of water, similar to the ocean in real life, except this goes straight down to get to the different parts of the ocean. And there's a bunch of segments you can pass through, but we'll get onto that stuff later. This level doesn't have any fixed light sources at all, and there's no visible sun, and the only fixed light source is in the entrance area, and there's just a lingering dim light to the entire level. Some of the
So what are you supposed to swim, dive down into the darkness? Because that's like a pitch black, water hole here either. Yeah, it's pointless because it's just a vast body of water, and I'm enter in the middle of it. It's not like you started and work your way down. No water pressure, so you could go way oh wow. Okay, so if there's no water, yeah, you definitely go as far as you want to go, but still, you're right, because the real physics don't work here. And then it's 12 a.m. and I'm in my basement, my room now. I think the ghosts like me in my house if I haven't been affected. I hope that's not the case, two-time. Take care of yourself. Fight with the strength of 10. Hence why you can get... Okay, but so far they know there's only 2 parts. The entrance and the second room.
Water in the main area of level 7 is extremely cold and has been compared to touching liquid nitrogen, which means you probably... Now I'm going to talk about the 2 different areas, starting with the... This is the only known entrance to level 7, and it's a fully furnished...
Maybe... Okay, two-time. You might run into Casper the Friendly Ghost.
room with a bookcase, a coffee table, and a lone chair, and one single ceiling light. I'll quirk about this level and this room is that it's actually rotated horizontally, but the gravity keeps your feet on the floor somehow. It's also important to note that this entrance area and the main area have different gravitational pulls, so the gravity works different in this area than it does when you're in the water. Once you get into this entrance area, you'll start to feel like you're being pulled down to the water, which is below you. There's actually a hole in the floor that looks down at the water, and the gravity...
Oh, it's like that thing where like, you know how if you were to drill a hole through the world from the United States to China, one big hole, and then you jump in, so you go whoosh, and then the gravity pulls you whoosh, and then the gravity pulls you back whoosh, and you're like stuck into like a tube across the world, through the world, you know. So and you just keep going until you slow down and you end up in the core of the planet. I'm guessing that's the same thing, you know. In this level, you swim down, and as soon as you go in, you come out, you start sinking again, and you start kind of like floating to the. I don't know if any of what I said makes any sense. It's fine, no need to pray, Vicky. I rather pray for you since you do feel fear in your house. Oh, that's very kind of you too, Ty.
Here is much stronger than on Earth, so that's going to be a shock. And this also means it's really hard being pulled down. And the next part of the level is obviously the main an infinite stretch of ocean that goes out in all directions. And you get to this part of the level, like I said earlier, by being pulled from the entrance room down into the water. The entrance room is above the water, about 4.5 meters to be exact. So you drop down into this water when you get. Now there are several islands in the water that are made up of an unknown rock.
How do you get
that's
oxygen?
Located about 2 kilometers from the entrance. They've got nothing on them except one, which we'll talk about later. But they're really isolated, and I don't know why you would stay there. The ocean part of level 7 is pretty much completely unexplored, and it's pretty empty for the first 1.2 kilometers down. And this area is called the daylight zone. Since it's the brightest area, you can actually see underwater. You see what you're doing. But the further you go down from the entrance into the water, the more the light decreases and the more weird stuff you start to see. After you pass that initial 1.2 kilometers, you'll get to an area called the twilight zone. This zone's water is...
Wait, you have to swim. You have to dive down 1.5 kilometers. And then you get to the twilight zone. Man, the lore is starting to intermingle with other lores.
It's full of bones and scrap metal. Even some full skeletons, which are pretty much humans always. These skeletons are humans, but they have weird things wrong with them, like sharp teeth or no eye sockets, just like really weird stuff. There are also skeletons of massive fish floating around here. These skeletons can get up to 20 meters or 65 feet long. That's really long. This point is where the water pressure starts to get stronger. It won't break your bones or anything, but you'll be able to notice it. After the twilight zone, the next zone is called the midnight zone. This area is about 6 kilometers down from the entrance. And there's pretty much only humanoid skeletons here. Like, that's literally all there is.
That's a lot of swimming.
It's like a big graveyard. There's also been some reports of the giant fish skeletons here too, and they've been described by wanderers as, quote, incomprehensible in size. Nice. Now there's only one more area of the...
Like, swimming 1 kilometer will destroy your shoulders and arms and legs. You'll be so tired. Imagine swimming 5 or 6 kilometers. Oh, dang.
The ocean past the midnight zone, and it's referred to as the abyss. This area has been deemed, and the record for the longest person exploring it was 1 minute and 45 seconds. Nice. The abyss seems to have huge piles of rocks and tar that are always bubbling and
concrete tubes. You know, like the mafia, you do it, where you go swimming with the fishes. So they put concrete on your feet.
But it's weird. There's also a bunch of humanoid skeletons here as well, and other than that, there's not much known about what goes on down there. But there is a rumored entrance to level 8 through an underwater cave, but this isn't officially confirmed. If you know anything about the Backrooms, you'll know that there's only one entity on level 7, and it's known as...
I tie a rock to my feet. Make it Sisyphus boulder. Oh yeah, right, because then it brings you all the way back up by itself. It rolls back down or rolls back up. Never mind. Just
as the thing on level 7. It's a pair of any other life, and it's an extreme threat. It's unnaturally fast and strong, and it can detect things from really far away. It can sense, track, and eviscerate a victim
that fish
within
is
seconds.
blind.
Nice. So if you want to explore this level, you're going to need to bring some kind of bait to throw away from your body. The full depth of level 7.
I heard the fish at the very bottom of the ocean are usually blind. They don't use their eyes. So I heard.
Isn't fully known, but it can be assumed that it goes insanely deeply, obviously. And there's actually been fragments of synthetic fiber that have been collected from the water, revealing that the floor of the level at the bottom of the ocean is made out of carpet. What? A base being here earlier on one.
Taken shortly before the photograph's demise. I didn't catch that, but good catch.
Those islands, and there's only one base, and it's called Fort Surrender, and it's located on the closest island to the entrance of the level. There's anywhere from 4 to 9 acts made out of random metal scraps. They apparently worship the thing and they're hostile. Weird. To enter level 7, you have to go down the staircase from level 6, which will put you directly in the entrance room of this level. Then you'll eventually fall into the waters. There's actually a rumor floating around that you can come back to level 7 from level 8 through a puddle. I don't know why you would want to, but that's a rumor. To exit, you have to find that cave entrance underwater. It's approximately 7 kilometers down.
No matter what, I prefer not to be eaten by a fish. Excellent choice. No matter what thing is certain, someone would attempt to speed run the levels and they would be successful. That's all I know.
Hard to find. So to summarize, level 7 is a huge body of water that goes down extremely deep and is split up into a bunch of zones, each of which have different things floating in them, like skeletons of humans and fish. The gravity also constantly pulls you down the entire time, so if you want to stay on top, it's going to be really hard.
Oh yeah, swimming is hard. I tried it, I tried swimming and I'm like, nah, I'll pass.
Hard. Oh yeah, and there's the thing on level 7 that will chase to get you, so nice. Level 8, which is classified as Class 5, unsafe, unsecure, and is infested with creatures. This level is an infinite cave system with caverns and chasms and cliffs everywhere. It's very damp, and there's almond water that runs down the walls and drips from the ceiling, and there are stalactites and stalagmites as well. The sound echoes really loudly on this level, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. Like, it can alert you that a creature is near, or it can make you more noticeable to the creatures there. And there's no natural light on this level, just there's these random spots in the cave walls that emit like a really soft bluish white light. Natural vegetation is really rare on this level, but in some spots there are vines and bushes, and sometimes there are pools of standing almond water. However, this almond water isn't safe to drink.
Guys, this escalated very quickly, because from stinky and wet carpets with yellow wallpaper, and now we're like in Mars, in water planets. That escalated quickly. Try to eat fish first. Eat the fish first.
Because there's an excess amount of minerals in it. There are also some pools filled with a tar-like substance that if you walk in, hands covered with tar will reach out of it and attempt to eyes. That's creepy. So for any miners watching, there are actually gold and iron ore deposits on this level, so don't forget to bring the pickaxe. The creatures here are very dangerous and are typically ones like smilers, skin stealers, wretches, facelings, hounds, death rats, clumps, reviooks, and wranglers. But there are also some more not so common creatures like camo crawlers, transporters, blossoming eyes, and watchers. And some of those creatures will be in my next Backrooms creatures video, so I won't get into their description here. Level 8 also has its own creature as well. It's called the arachnids of level 8. And these are huge spiders that are really poisonous, so that's not fun. Outpost here, and it's called the Meg Cave Raiders. It's got 54 members right now, and there actually used to be another town here called the town of Cavergost or something like that. It had an unknown humanoid species that populated it, and there were 78 members. They lived deep in this remote area of the level. They had crude weapons that were made from like an unknown ore, and they weren't really welcoming to humans, but their leader was. However, this civilization just seemingly disappeared without a trace, leaving its outpost walls empty. To enter this level, just find a cave entrance on level 7, and you can exit by randomly falling through the floor to get taken to level 9. There are other exits as well, but they aren't really advised. But this one is a really scary level just because more so its physical layout, it's just an infinite dark caverns and dangerous creatures everywhere. Like, that's terrifying to me, especially since I'm not a big fan of heights. Level 9, aka the Suburbs, is classified as Class 5, unsafe, unsecure, and is infested with entities. So pretty much the level is just an infinite suburb where it's always nighttime. The houses here are all different as well in size and shape and what's inside of them, except there's one report where someone claimed that there were 2 houses next to each other that were exactly the same, which is weird.
So yeah, I'm basically Homelander. I gotta have milk.
Inside the houses themselves, everything seems to be fully furnished, and it all looks pretty new. The only thing is that there's no power source to power any of the electronics or any stuff like that. There's a
Wow.
multitude of useful objects that can
There's
be
a
found
street
inside
light
the
in
houses, though,
this
but some of the
dark
houses are just
neighborhood
empty.
street.
All the houses are pretty normal. Some of the houses even have full backyards with backyard stuff like balls and playhouses and grills, stuff like that. But there is one weird aspect of this level that makes it a little bit more eerie. Sometimes you'll run into two houses that have clipped inside of each other, which in reality is physically impossible, obviously. But hey, this is the Backrooms, and it's not impossible. The most dangerous part of level 9 is actually the streets, because that's where the entities roam. And there are tons of entities here because, well, it's infested, like I said.
Guess your best survival instinct is just go and pick one of the houses and stay inside, or hop from house to house, you know, one window and climb in through the window of another house. So you're never on the streets. I wonder if the monsters go.
But there are also some foggy areas where the main one. So watch out for that. The main entities here are death skin stealers, Jerry, hounds, transporters, death rats, anithicas, and wretches. So pretty much they're some of the worst entities. And there are even some level exclusive entities as well, like the neighborhood watch, the observer, and the mangled. The neighborhood watch entity is literally a species that looks like a giant human eye, and they're extremely aggressive. Nice. The mangled are huge 30 to 50 feet tall creatures that look like they are kind of on stilts. Their bodies look old and they have saggy skin. So nice. And they're also really dangerous. There are no official bases or outposts here, but there are some groups who roam the infinite suburb. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The mangled can, yeah, they can, whatever. I want nothing to do with those.
Live in the houses. It is possible to make a base here, but there are so many entities that it's not advised. To enter level 9, the easiest way is by falling through the cave floor on level 8, but you can also crawl up a sewer gate from level 34. And
I used to see a lot of AI videos about massive ugly creatures. They started like sprouting all over Instagram, and that happened for like 5 months, I think.
And up here, there's like 30 other ways too, so it's not too hard. Well, you have to follow the street signs, which will take you to level 11. After, or sometimes you can just walk off.
6 kilometers. 100 miles is like from here to, it's like almost across Texas. Well, no, not really. 100 miles is a long distance, especially on foot. Or is it, or the videos where, or destroy the moon, then come to Earth? Oh, what happened to those videos? I don't see them anymore.
Off into a random field, and it'll take you to level 9.1 or level 10. There are other exits that are pretty random, it seems. Like, you can just walk into a random house and be sent to level 53, or you can find a playground and get into a tube slide, and that'll send you to level 283.
A tube slide?
So like I said, pretty random. So to summarize, it's pretty simple. An infinite dark suburb with houses that are fully furnished and have some supplies. But there are also some houses that are not fully furnished and have no supplies. Some of the houses are glitched together. There are creatures that roam the streets everywhere. The level is pretty easy to enter and exit, and it's a pretty straightforward level. As long as the doors on the houses could lock, I would literally stay here. Level 10 of the Backrooms is classified as a Class 1 difficulty and is safe, secure, and has minimal entities.
Wow.
Level 10 physically is a infinite wheat field that has a dirt path that cuts directly through it. The wheat itself.
The hills come alive with the sound of music. Ah. I would be frolicking. I would be frolicking on the grass. Heck yeah. Class 1 is nice. I definitely go hang out in Class 1.
Seems to be safe and normal. You can make bread and stuff with it. You can eat it. And sometimes on the ground and near this wheat, there's almond water puddles, which are also safe to drink.
Yes.
The time of day in this level always seems to be around noon, and it's mostly cloudy, and sometimes it even rains, so Cool. Along the sides of the dirt path, there are some random buildings like barns. You can explore these areas if you want to, but normally there isn't really anything there. On the floor of the barns, there's just animal fur and farming equipment like tractors and other tools. But sometimes you also hear weird animal noises coming from an unknown source inside of the buildings only, which is weird. Deeper into this level, you'll find some small houses that kind of have the style.
Yeah, but I feel like it would feel eerie if you're in like an endless field, nothing for miles and miles. It's tiring. Walking on grass can be exhausting. You know, it's not easy.
Of a house that was built back in the 80s. These houses are pretty empty, and there's nothing really else to them except they're just houses. Except some wanderers have ghosts? Question mark. Walking into these houses can 7 or 9, so that kind of sucks. If you walk a little bit further down the notice a whole town. This town has the same architecture style as the houses do, so it's assumed that the houses in the town was built at the same time. But unlike the empty houses, these buildings in the town are full of stuff. It doesn't say what the stuff is, but oh well.
Yeah, right. They're like grass angels. Flap your arms and legs on the grass, on the tall grass. Yeah, but still, kind of be alone in a grass field.
The town has stores and apartments and other houses and pretty much just typical town
Especially
stuff.
with
Now,
no
very
end
rarely
in
on
sight.
level 10, creatures can spawn inside of the buildings, like the typical Smiler or Skin Stealer or Hound, you know, the big 3. And this level is also home to 2 entities that are pretty special. The first entity...
You didn't like my rendition of Mary Poppins? Is it Mary Poppins? The hills come alive with the sound of music.
And these things live in these towers that are randomly sporadic that look like medieval archer towers. I don't know, it's weird. They're lit up furniture from the 1600s inside, and this is where it gets kind of wacky. Sometimes on the level you'll trumpet sounds from the sky, like insanely loud, or just blast in your ears. And after the trumpets sound for about 2 minutes, the archers come out to scout around the level, I guess. They claim that the towers are their own territory, and they defend them too. And once the trumpet sound blasts again, the archers disappear to an unknown location. It's advised to stay clear of the archers because you don't want to get shot in the face with an arrow. The second...
Yo, why does he keep contradicting himself? It says it's a level 1, and then says, but it's safe, but watch out for the characters. They might, you know, shish kebab you.
The special entity here is called the Gluff. These are big, fat creatures that wander around.
There it is again, the gloves. It's safe to be in level 10, guys, but watch out for the gloves. For the archers. Watch out for dehydration.
On the wheat fields. Gluffs are literally only here to help grow the crops because when they sweat, their body sweats out almond water. That's right, folks. Creatures are really friendly, and they like to frolic around the fields, and they're considered graceful, actually. They're pretty well known as good friends to have. There are several bases and outposts here as well, like the BNTG Level 10 Resource Station is a base that's here, and they harvest wheat to make breads and other baked goods for the rest of the Backrooms. There's about 23 people who live here. The next group is called the Cartographer Station Tertium. The full population of this group is around 3,000.
Remember the people from level 7, the water people that worship what is it? They worship what is it called? And harvesting. I feel like this is level 10 is where they should actually be in level 10, because this is where the harvest happens.
People. They're open to trade, and anyone is welcome, unless you're a member of the BNTG, which then you're not welcome. The next group is called Malt Town, and this is a group of several wanderers who seek refuge in the level 10 town. They're very friendly.
Yeah, they worship agriculture. I feel like the people from level 10 should be in level... No, the people from level 7 should be in level 10. because this is where the agriculture happened. Duh.
And they're guarded by the BNTG. The last group is called the Housekeepers. Now, these are mysterious residents in the houses of level 10 that have apparently, quote, discovered some vital the back rooms inside of the houses, but they're not willing to share it. Losers. To enter this level, into the fields of level 9, like I said yesterday, or you can climb a chain-linked fence on level 205. To exit, you can chance going into a random house to be teleported to a random level, or you can knock over a scarecrow in a field to be sent to level 806.
Of course, it had to be a scarecrow as a lever. Wonderful. Just push the scarecrow over, guys. And then you can go to the next level. Because, you know, that's how you want to do it. That's the extent of the option. There you go.
7. So to summarize, this level is an infinite, foggy, cloudy wheat field with a dirt path that runs through it. Small town in the level, and there are some friendly groups, and there are big, fat, graceful things that walk it. Nice.
Oh,
Level
what?
11 is classified as a class 1 difficulty,
Okay,
and is
guys,
safe,
last three.
secure, and has a minimal entity count. The level is pretty much an infinite city with skyscrapers and other city-type buildings. The cool thing about it, though, is...
Oh, it's just like I Am Legend. You guys remember that movie with Will Smith? Like, he's the last man in the world.
that some of the buildings in this level are buildings from real life, but more on that later. Now to what's inside the buildings. This varies between each building. Some of them are empty and some of them are full. The same goes for actually entering the building.
Yeah, right? Remember when he... Yeah. So that's how I would feel if I was in level 11. I'd probably walk around like Will Smith. And the first thing I would do is I would set up traps. You know, set up traps everywhere so I can catch the entities.
Means you can actually go into some, and some you can't go in. The actual contents of the inside of the buildings can be weird though, because some aspects of them don't make any sense. Like some stairways lead to nothing.
I like how they said some things don't make sense. What part of the Backrooms makes sense? No, seriously, since we started watching this video, which part makes sense? Some parts don't make sense. Well, those are hard to find.
And there are some
Wait, what? I probably feel like I'm being watched from the windows. Oh, yeah. Like snipers, right?
doors on the top levels of buildings that just open to the outside, where you can just walk out and fall to your demise. I don't know. It's weird. Also, gravity and normal physics buildings, because some of the buildings...
First thing I'm doing, if gravity doesn't matter, then I'm gonna leap from the ground to the roof of a skyscraper. That's the first thing I'm gonna do.
buildings are actually clipped into each other or stacked on top of each other. And in some rare cases, there's even been reports of floating buildings. What? Level 11 has cycle, so it's always afternoon, which means it would be terrible for sleep. Just saying. The sidewalks and the streets are pretty normal, except that some of them go through...
They were vampires. I think they were cancer patients. And then they mutated with the compound V.
buildings, or some of them just start ramping upwards towards the sun. What? The streets are the most normal part of the level, actually. They're just warm and dry asphalt. Unlike level 9, where the streets in that level were constantly wet. There is a surplus of almond water here, and
like
you can get it from water fountains, freezers, vending machines, in pretty much every place you get typical water from. There's this weird thing that happens on this level, though, sometimes, and it's when a random car will just drive itself down the street, and then it'll just stop in its tracks. And this is only weird because the cars on this level don't work. They don't have the right wiring. So who's driving or how are they driving? I don't know. Thinking we got some Transformers on our hands.
Good thing I know how to wire a car. So there you go. All right, guys, I gotta go get a drink. The milk make me thirsty. I'll be right back.
The level actually has some big nuclear power plants that have been active by Meg, but they're still dangerous due to radiation, obviously. So Meg advises people to not go near them. Now I'll talk about some of those buildings I mentioned earlier that are from real life. Things like specific buildings from New York, Chicago, LA, and St. Louis. Those are from the US, obviously. They don't say which buildings they are, but I'm assuming it's the Empire State Building being from Chicago. I have no clue what would be from LA. And then the Arch from St. Louis. But I could be wrong. So yeah, those buildings are here, which is really weird because they're even laid out the exact same inside, and all the stuff that's in the real life ones are here too. Weird. There's actually a good Wi-Fi signal here, but the names of each connection are just a jumble of words and letters that don't mean anything. There's only 2 entities that spawn here often, and those are facelings and hounds. However, you don't have to worry about them because they're not aggressive on this level due to something called the level 11 effect. This effect makes the creatures act like normal pedestrians or normal dogs. So technically you could just walk right past a faceling that's walking a hound like a dog. What? And they wouldn't even attack you. Obviously, since this level is almost like real life, there's bound to be several bases here. There's like 15 of them, so buckle up. Meg Base Beta is here, and this is the 4th main Meg Base, and it's still pretty new to the level. Then there's the Eye of Argos, which is the main base for that group. It's in the building that's known as the headquarters, and you can stay there unless you have committed a sin. Okay. Then there's the Camp Amber Outpost. This group helps people who are new to the Backrooms, and it kind of teaches them the ropes. They live around the level, but they don't all live in one spot. And they're friendly, obviously. Next is Insurrection Section 7, which is a group of around 800 people that only brings in people who don't like Meg.
Okay.
Nice. Next is the Drone Surveillance Squad. This was a group made by the first 3 explorers of level 11, and they use their drones to record videos and stuff like that of the other levels.
Oh, that's right.
Next is the Homely Hotel. This group runs a hotel service in this level, just like the one they had up.
Totally forgot about that. Those mutants, they did. And I think 8 people, but I'm not too sure. When I went ahead and got myself a 7-Up, back in the day there was a commercial about 7-Up, and they would say, make 7-Up yours. Up yours. Anyways.
In level 5, if you remember, they have their own food staff and everything like that. So it's pretty much a real-life hotel. Salvation group. This is a base made up of the followers of Jerry and has around 40 people in it, and they're actually pretty friendly unless you insult Jerry. So don't.
Jerry.
Now these last 5 groups, I'm just going to speed run through.
Stuff.
You got the UBDS, which is the Backrooms Postal Service with 38 people. You have the Anti-Entity Agency, which is a mysterious group created back in 1952, and they go on covert missions to end entities. Cool. Then there's the Radical Radio Team, which is made up of 5 teenagers. They dress like they're from the 80s. And then there's the Malt Mart, which is a group of 28 people who run all the stores and storefronts in a level. They're supplied by the BNTG. And lastly, there's the Citizens of Level 11, which is all 12,000 people who call this place home. Cool. The most common entrance to the level is following the signs from level 9, which will lead you here. And then the most common exit is either walking into a building to be sent to pretty much any level, or you can get into a taxi cab and then be sent to level 43. So yeah, to summarize, level 11 is a city that doesn't obey physics and has over 12,000 inhabitants.
Nice.
Level 12 is classified as Class 0 and is safe, secure, and devoid of entities. The level has a and weird effect that when you're in it, it almost like censors itself. So if you try to take a picture or a video of it, all you'll see when you look back at the footage or the picture is TV static. Nice. But the physical description of the level is actually pretty simple. It's a tiny white room with only a table and a chair in the middle. There's a door on the opposite wall, and it's also locked. Many wanderers have gotten here and have exited successfully, but they don't even know how they did it, because they can't remember how they got here or how they left. This is
wait a minute. If people don't know how to get out and they can't get out, then it's jam-packed with lost people, like chest to back, shoulder to shoulder, packed in there, sweating, thirsty, probably needs to use the bathroom. I feel like that would be uncomfortable.
Because the level puts a fogginess over everyone's brain and it doesn't let them think straight. The people who have been here claim that the level actually isn't just a tiny white room.
Oh yeah. That's the second level to have the forget effect. Yeah, right. I think it was level 5 that you can't remember.
claim it's a labyrinth of white rooms and doors.
Wait, no, yeah, right? Because level 5 is the hotel room. And you don't remember how you got there.
And tables that go on forever and ever. Nice. But there is a theorized exit that's found in a log from a Meg team that explored the level. And it goes, you must be sitting on the original main room chair, and you must have remained there for an average of 15 minutes. Get up, walk to the door, and try to open it. Should be locked. If it opens, lucky you, I guess. Go and boast about it to everyone in Alpha Base. Make sure you do this, though, even if you know it's locked. Then return to the center of the room and find one of the nooks that leads into this wide open area. You need to find one of the copycat doors out there. Shouldn't be too hard. Open and enter said door, as per usual. You'll end up back in the main room. Wait for exactly 1 hour, no more, no less. Open the door again. If it doesn't open, repeat these steps. Try to...
Who else would read the instructions and then begin to cry because we suck at following instructions?
turn the handle as close to the 1 hour
6
mark
and
as
12
possible.
both have
If the door does
forgetting
open,
effect.
it should lead to
it
one of the
was
early
6
levels.
and
We don't have a
12.
precise list just yet, but I suspect you can refer to the database page for this level if you're after an exact pool of possible destinations. It's kind of hard to communicate properly with people on level 12 once you're out of it. As soon as the effects wear off, you realize just how bad the mental fogginess is. Okay, it's been an additional hour and the strategy works. Gabs managed to create a pathway to level 1. A lot of the team seem
right away. No. No, I didn't mean to no clip.
pretty out of it. Let's hope they get better when they leave. This is Commander Harris, team leader, provisional team matrix, signing off. So yeah, you pretty much have to do some convoluted opening, closing door thing to leave. And there's only
Second and also right? So all three of us wondering if mayonnaise is an instrument. Is mayonnaise an instrument?
only one theorized way to enter the level, and it's through a random window in level 11 that can be used to no clip to get here. Like I said, I just read the exit to you. It works most of the time, and it leads you to either level -1, 4, 10, 19, 23, 25, or 34. Nice. So yeah, that's the entirety of level 12. There's not much to it, but I hope you enjoyed it. It's a pretty simple level, but it's also weird at the same time. So yeah, that was it for the huge compilation of level explanations of the first 12 levels. I'm eventually going to do the first 50, 100, 500. I'm going to do them all eventually and compile.
Oh, that's right. I was like, where's level 13? But he counted level 0. What is it, Patrick Star? Oh, yeah. Is mayonnaise an instrument? I have an idea. Why don't we pick up the city and move it over there? Oh, no, I don't want to upgrade my computer. All right, guys. Well,
them into one massive video, but that'll be later down on the road. And this is just the first taste of that. Thank you so much for the support on the videos recently. If you're watching till now, you're awesome. Thank you for really appreciate it. Thank you as always to my patrons, my channel members for supporting me a little bit extra.
Okay, so yeah, basically level 1. Now, guys, we're gonna be a drop in the bucket because the guy has 1.49 million subscribers. But I do urge you, since we enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if everybody goes and does this little thing right here. Where is it? You go here and you push that little button that says like. And yeah, just as a little thank you for giving us something to enjoy. 110-minute long stream. Oh, it's 150. Guys, we streamed for 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay, I've been sub to him for 4 years. Oh, nice. Well, I also subscribed. Oh, heck yeah. Thank you, Vicky. They're just trying to like, now I don't want to mooch off of people, and I know I can't send them any traffic, but if I can send them one like, why not? Okay, guys. Well, hey, um, it's been an absolute pleasure. Um, definitely, definitely. What is it? There are other bits levels 13 to 20, 25, but that's for another night. Oh, for sure, for sure. All right, well, Vicky, Two Time, and Zinx, guys, we are done for today. Thank you for joining me. As always, really appreciate it. The movie, I'm making leaps and bounds. I want to go ahead and see if I can share this with you guys. Show you what I got so far. I'm gonna go ahead and share window. This right here. Go ahead and do that for a second and kind of like, oh no. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta start from the beginning. But this is what I have so far. I started out with this right here. It's really hard to see it because it's really skippy. But oh yeah, good night, guys. Oh, you're okay. I've been editing the video, and it's coming along, but this is where I would have the opening credits. But anyways, I gotta do work on that for a little bit. Still here. Okay. You can't wait. The voice Fox plus any other characters if needed. Absolutely. Oh, hold on. Oh wait. Let me go ahead and exit out of that. Oh man. Anyways, well, guys, once again, thank you for joining me. I gotta make a lot more progress on the editing, so I'm gonna try to edit every single night. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me, and Two Time, Vicky, and Zinx. As always, thank you so much, and I will see you on the next live stream. All right, take care. I'll be seeing you hopefully Tuesday night. Tuesday night, okay. All right. Have a good night, my guy. Gonna be the rest of the day. Absolutely. We're gonna crush it. We're gonna when we debut, it's gonna be great. All right, and it's gonna be a very short film. It's not gonna be anything big, but we'll go from there. All right, guys. Good night. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. Okay, you asked me how far the theater is. I don't know. Oh, well, you know what, Vicky, when it comes, hopefully they put it on stream on a streaming service so you can watch it. Either way, we'll We'll talk about it and have a good time, all right? All right, guys, once again, take care of yourselves and good night and bye bye. Okay, bye, guys.